morning, everyone. Coach Jandy here. So what does rejection have to do with the holidays? So, I know and understand very well that holidays are really difficult for a lot of people. If you don't have family in your life, if you don't have friends, maybe you have lots of family, but you don't necessarily get along with them, or they act up, or they're crazy. Whatever it is, the holidays can really bring out a lot of feelings. And I think one of the biggest feelings that individuals can get into is that feeling of rejection. And I know how difficult it is myself not having family. And that's why many years ago, one of the things that I did, many of you know that I said, you know what, I'm not going to take on this feeling of abandonment or rejection or, overwhelming grief. I don't want to do that every holiday. And I don't want to feel excluded from the holidays. I want inclusion. I want to be included in the holidays. But to do that, if you don't have anybody in your life, you got to make it happen. So one of the things that I do is I host every major holiday. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, people are at my house. And if people don't have somewhere to go and I find that out, I invite them. And over the years, what has happened is I have built this great little group of people that aren't normally connected, but now they see each other at all of my events, and they know each other, and they catch up, and that's really cool. And then it seems like each holiday I have somebody new that I bring into the mix that I have met, or maybe even like this Thanksgiving, I had one of my friends say, hey, I've got a friend, she doesn't have anywhere to go, can she come? And I'm like, absolutely, because rejection, those kinds of things are really easy to come up during this time, to not feel like that we're included in other people's lives and that we're not included in the story of Christmas and what that means. Now, I want to say something, and this really doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not. I hope that you understand the point of this story. But, even Jesus, he didn't feel, like, oh my gosh, I'm being abandoned, even though he was abandoned. He took it upon himself to still stay on course and stay the mission of what his life purpose was supposed to be and to make things happen. So how am I relating that to this? It's the same thing. Jesus could have, really he couldn't have because of who he was, but he could have sat around and poor pitiful me and nobody wants to see me and, I'm not being included, and, when everybody's talking about him or denying him, he was like, no, that's okay. I still have things to do. I'm going to make life happen. And we have to make life happen for ourselves. If we want to feel included, if we want people in our lives, we have to go make it happen. And yes, trust me, you guys, a lot of you all know my story of having lost my entire family when I was really young. I don't have anybody left except for my sister-in-law, who was married to my brother for 30 years, but she lives in Kentucky. I don't get to see her very often, unfortunately, because I love seeing her. But, there's a real disconnect for me with family and that whole, kumbaya. So you know what? Years ago, I decided I'm going to make my own, So I really encourage you to make your own. If you don't have anywhere to go this holiday season, figure out your own traditions. Figure out what it is that you want to do and how you want to live your life. Before I did my parties, I gathered people and we went to movies, I didn't look at it as rejection. I didn't look at it as poor pitiful me or abandonment. Well, I did for a while, but I got over that many, many years ago because I didn't want to live like that. I didn't want to feel like that. So I just want to send you Merry Christmas, many blessings from my heart to yours. You all are really important to me, and I just really want to thank you all for allowing me to speak into your lives almost every day. And I really do appreciate you, and I always really appreciate your encouragement of me when I'm going through hard times, and because I'm a human being, I know a lot as a coach, but I go through stuff and do stupid stuff. So thank you for your support. Really appreciate it, and I really do hope that you have a very blessed and Merry Christmas and holiday season. Thank you, and y'all have a good one.